Our stories are brilliant. We are resilient. Our stories are brilliant. We are resilient.
Welcome to the Courage Checklist. I'm your host, Jennifer Chambers. Courage. We all want it. What are the things in our lives that we need courage to tackle? How do you find the guts to get the glory? How do you do the things you've always really wanted to do or be? You make the list. You check it off. It sounds simple, but actually doing the hard stuff, the soul-deep stuff, it's not always easy. Find inspiration, ideas, and companions here who also keep trying no matter what. Let's talk about what's on our lists, from giant dream to tiny wish. We share stories of triumph, struggle, joy, and yes, failure, but we keep going together. What's on your list? I'm so excited to be able to share these episodes with Gilly, the legendary Sunshine Wizard. Gilly is the most amazing soul. I came across him, like probably most of you have, on the internet, and I reached out, and I was so happy and surprised when he said yes. We've had several conversations now, and I feel like I have a new friend. I hope that you guys can sense that and it comes through. He's just such light and such an incredible inspiration for me and for hundreds of thousands of people. And as I say, it was just a huge treat to be able to talk to him. I wanted to start with one of his quotes, for this was from actually a part of the episode that isn't airing, but I thought you guys would like this part. So we'll start with that, and then we'll go into the interview. And then I had to cut it short because we literally talked for hours, and I couldn't just stuff it all into one episode. There was too much goodness. So we'll go ahead and air the rest of those at a later time next week. So please stay tuned for those. There's some exciting stuff that happens at the end of our conversation. You'll see. It's pretty fun. So I just am thrilled to introduce who I feel like is my new dear friend, Gilly the Sunshine Wizard.
I really think it would be impactful for your listeners. I want to just tell them about this day because
Yes!
this has been like it's a good ass day. Like I'm gonna do a post where I talk about everything that happened today because it's just like a banger.
All right, well, we are so excited today to have Gilly the Sunshine Wizard with us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Jennifer. Hey, babes. I'm Gilly, the legendary Sunshine Wizard, international man of wizardry, international sorcery sensation, savior of the turtle.
I like it.
I cast spells of positivity highlighting queer, trans, and autism acceptance. I recently moved from Alabama to Colorado because I really wanted to just look at the mountains every day. And I still tear up sometimes when I see them. They're beautiful. I love the Rockies. I like to hang out with my kid. I like to cast spells. I like to fight with strangers on the internet, but I'm really working on doing that less. It's hard.
I bet.
There's just so many to fight with.
Oh, I know.
I'm really passionate about LGBTQIA P2S+ people. That's a lot of what I do. I'm passionate about accessibility. I'm just like just your regular everyday wizard.
How did you start being a wizard? Yeah, I know you've always been a wizard inside, but how did you start your wizard activism?
Correct. Well, I've always my whole life wanted to like help people in some way. And I think a lot of people feel like they can't do anything because they can't give people like $1 million or they can't do all these things. But I just tried to start doing things that could help people. I was inspired by this guy, Caleb the Sign Guy Snell. Love you, brother. He would stand on the side of the highway with a sign that said, "You are loved." And I thought it was the most beautiful thing that I had ever seen. I was like, this is a superhero. He's out here changing the world.
Hmm.
And I had the privilege of interviewing him for my, I'm not going to brag too much, but I have my own little column for my local city's newspaper, Coleman Creatives. And I got to interview him. And I asked him, I was like, Caleb, how do human beings do this amazing stuff like you? And he's like, all right, brother, I got you 3 steps. Number one, get a poster board. Number two, write some stuff on the poster board. Number three, show people the poster board. And that's all he does. And that's all I do. My poster board is social media.
Hmm.
I tell people every day, hey, I love you. I'm proud of you. I care about you. These things, it's free to do this. And it's just the same 3 steps. And I got into social media right before the apocalypse happened. It was like January I started doing it. And I didn't really like kind of know what I was doing or whatever.
Hmm.
And I got these big googly eyes. Can I say something that's kind of adult, or is that
Oh,
okay?
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, bad. It's not too bad. So I got some big old googly eyes, and I made a TikTok that was like, "Hey, if y'all get me to 1,000 followers, I'll put these googly eyes on my titties, and I'll do the walk." Like Cardi B, the
Uh-huh.
walk.
Yeah.
So obviously the spell worked. I went from like 200 followers to like 112,000 in a day. Like smoke was coming out of my phone. It was insane. I was at work when it was happening.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
posting like pictures and stuff. They were getting 500,000 views. Like it was scary.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so I used that momentum, that little bit of like trickery and misdirection, which is the nature of wizardry, to get people to listen to my little messages where I was just like, hey, I love you. I think you're so great.
Mhm.
I had my morning motivation. Every day I'd get up and I'd talk for like 45 seconds about like, hey, it's cool to be this way. And hey, if you're broke, I get it. I'm broke too. Every day it was a different message. And I did that for a while until I became everyone's dad on the internet. And I did that for about a year, and it was a lot. As you can hear, my child is screaming now. So one child's plenty for me.
Uh-huh.
But I just, in March of whatever year it was, last year, 2022, basically like my entire life fell apart. My relationship with every single member of my immediate family changed, all of them, all at the same time, all in a week.
Wow.
Like, I came out to both my parents. I cut off both my parents. My brother moved in with me. I split up with my wife. Like, this is all in a 7-day period.
Oh my God.
It was a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff kind of happened, and I had this like realization that, you know, all this stuff we've been told our whole life, go get a job, go get married, go to church, have a kid, blah, 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 blah. Meaningless.
Right.
Like, I wake up and I'm 30 and I'm just like, I hate all of this. I
Hmm.
don't hate having a kid, obviously. I love a lot of the people in my life, but all these things we were told we had to do, I just kind of realized I don't have to do that.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, I think wizards are cool. So, boom, I'm a wizard now because I had just worn like a wizard hat in a video and a bunch of people like thought it was really cool.
Hmm.
And I was like, all right. So I wore it in a second video and a third video. And I had this woman, God bless her. She's a great person. We're not friends. She was like, well, I don't know why you have that wizard hat and that staff. Like, why are you doing that? Nobody cares about that. Exactly. Exactly.
What?
And I was like, well, I got 500,000 views in a week. Like, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And so I asked the babes, I was like, hey, do y'all want me to do wizard content? And like, I don't know, 100 people were like, yep, sure do. And I just never looked back. I decided I was a wizard. I am a wizard. I make people wizards. all this nonsense. And I tried to find ways to live my life more intentionally. So I chose to be a wizard. I didn't do a ritual. I didn't get turned into one. I was just like, yeah, boom, it's happening now. Wish, let's go. So I'm sorry. I know I am just running my mouth.
No, that is 100% the content we need and what I want.
Okay, bet. Well, if you need somebody to run their mouth, girl.
Well, I want to hear all about your day. We were talking earlier, and you went to a festival today that I really want to go to this festival.
You got to go. It was the 10th anniversary. It is called the Festival of Fairy, and Faery, because they wanted it to be challenging. Um, in Lafayette, Colorado. Move to Colorado. That's all I'm saying. It's great. Wonderful place. And someone had known me from like the internet, which is always cool, like going to a new place, kind of have like an in, because new places are scary. So
Yeah, yeah.
if I have a woman waiting for me, but we took my co-parenting partner and my baby and we went out there, the whole fam jam. We came up with Faye names for who we are. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you about it for sure.
Nice.
So I, of course, was the Gilly Wampus, the Thief of Hearts, and that's like this really huge Fae creature, like one of the largest out there. They got black horns. They flirt with everybody. And if one of them corners you, they kind of like trick you into saying nice stuff about yourself. And then they disappear. And my co-parenting partner was the Edzelbedzel, which is a cool name.
Yeah, it is.
And they were like a sort of dead fae creature that wandered the beaches and didn't want to talk to anybody. And so, hapless tourists would go and bother the Edzelbedzel and they would drag them under the sand, never to be seen again. And, legends say that people would find sand dollars at places where this would happen. And finally, we have the Mamushka, which we kind of fleshed out the backstory for that a little bit. But then on the car ride there, we really nailed it. Because my kid, when she was younger, had these really long witch fingers that are terrifying. So we determined that the Mamushka was like this little shape-shifting fae creature. And it looked like a little girl and it was super cute. And it'd be like, hey, can I come in your house? And you'd be like, all right. And then you would turn around, and the second you would, it would turn into this like awful little old lady with like 3 foot long fingers, and it would just tear all the crap in your house up.
Oh my
but
gosh.
but they're so cute,
Yeah.
you kind of look the other way most of the time, but when you
Right.
do, you really pay for it. My daughter's thrown my phone across the room at least 3 times this week, so, so that's my long winding answer before we even get into the day. But we went to the Festival of Fairy, and everybody was just so nice. And there were so many different types of Fae. There was a Fae catcher. There was a Pokemon there. I always like to have like a little thing with me when I go places because sometimes it's hard to talk to people, but I find if I have like a plan when I go into it, then it kind of works out. So I have my magical little treasure chest and I filled it with cursed crystals. And every person that I meet, I say, hey, I've got this box of cursed crystals. I'd love to give you one. You can remove the curse, but you have to say something nice about yourself. And that goes back into how the Gillywampus tricks people into saying nice things because everyone was like, oh, yes, I almost got someone to cry. I was this close. I'll get them next time. But we met a lot of fantastic people, and my daughter got to take a picture with the Queen of the Fairies, Spring, and she is my kin, so she stole something from the Queen's crown. If they hear this, I'm so sorry. Um, and I got to meet the Queen of the Fae, and I gave her a Florgatron crystal, thus cementing the relationship between Gilly the Sunshine Wizard and the Fae community at large. And I got some like big, beautiful wings that I got to wear. I love fairy wings. And
Wow.
while I was there, I made a video with some other fae creatures about how fae come in different shapes and sizes, and they're all beautiful in their own way, and that's okay.
Hmm.
Uh, so after just the ecstasy of just dancing with the fae for like a half a day, I came home and I checked my Facebook because I'm hopelessly addicted to my phone, aren't we all?
Yes.
And I found that the town I live in, Greeley, Colorado, I have to practice saying it like that. I've always wanted to say Colorado, but the
Right.
people here are like, it's Colorado.
Oh.
No, actually, everybody here is so nice. Don't let me lie to you. They're so nice. It's spooky how nice the people are here. But the city had commented on my Facebook post and said, "Hey, we like you. We think you're a cool person, and we're glad you're here." And
Oh.
I'll send you the message to just, they called me like a mover and shaker, like something like that, like cool stuff.
Wow.
And yeah, I just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed because it felt so good.
Hmm.
And I haven't even done anything like super cool here yet. For a long time in Coleman, Alabama, where I used to live, I hosted all these queer events. I did all these things for inclusion, all this kind of stuff. And the city kind of just like begrudgingly accepted that I was alive.
Oh.
you know, and
Oh.
I even had friends in local government, and when they would like want to say nice things to me, it would always have to be in a direct message. It
Mm.
couldn't be anything that could be in public,
Right.
and that was for like like I had an event in that town that had 260 people. That's the largest queer event in Coleman history. I hope so. It will be.
Wow.
But
Yes.
yeah, maybe next year there'll be more people there. I hope. I hope it gets bigger every year. There's
Hmm.
an event called Coleman Comes Out, and
Hmm.
gosh, they really needed it. But
Hmm.
no recognition, and that's fine. Like, I don't care. But to receive this recognition from these people that I barely know,
Hmm.
that I just love this town. They just planted flowers everywhere in downtown. So everywhere you walk, there's different flowers, all different shapes and sizes. There's all different shapes and sizes of people here. Everyone is different. And it's just so wonderful. And I love it so much. And I feel like I'm home, you
Oh.
know? And
Uh-huh.
for those people to be like, yes, we think you're cool,
Right.
that, what else can you ask for? But that's not even the whole day, Jennifer.
There's more? Oh my
There's
gosh.
more, Jennifer. No, but wait, there's more.
But wait.
I, back in my old town, I had self-appointed myself the king of the Coleman gays.
Well, someone has to. Come on.
Exactly. And I ruled with an iron fist.
Uh-huh.
I had my pride organization and I was like, listen, y'all, this is a team, but what I need you to understand is this is my team. Okay. This
Hmm.
is my baby. I'm not fighting with anybody. This is what's happening. You
Hmm.
can stay or you can go. And
Hmm.
we did a lot of really amazing stuff.
Wow.
but but I was the king of the Coleman gays. And so when I moved here, what I really did was like search out the other queer people. I wanted to know who was here, who was doing the stuff, what was going on.
Hmm.
And I didn't really have any answers until I did. And today I got like a involved with Greeley's Pride organization. I met like the founders, I spoke with them about it. I'm like getting ready to volunteer at their Pride event. Like it was just bang, bang, boom. Everything that I wanted to happen today did.
Oh.
I had like my magical whimsy, filled. I had
Uh-huh.
my like ruthless career politician thing filled, and I got all the attention that I so desperately needed. And now I get to have a wonderful conversation with you. That's part four of the
Oh.
really good day. And I am so appreciative for you having me on this podcast because I told people that I've been threatening to be on it for a while because I'm just such a booger to try to schedule with. And I just appreciate you so much for your grace and patience and just the amazing person that you are. Just in the little bit that I've read about you and talking to you, I just think you're the coolest. And this podcast, I'm really proud to be on. So thank
Oh.
you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. The thing I love about your story that you just told us was how it seems like the universe is pointing all the signs you're in the right place. You're doing the right thing for you.
I feel it every day. I came here, I made a video about how stupid it was that people are upset about self-diagnosis autism. Well, the reality of it is that we live in a capitalist hellscape where
Yes,
everything costs $1 billion,
right.
you know? And there's not really a strategic advantage to getting an autism diagnosis. Like, you don't get superpowers, they don't give you a bonus or anything. Like, you just have a
Right.
piece of paper.
Yeah.
And as things do, in my career in wizardry, I've kind of just like accepted the will of the cosmos. Like, I don't doubt that the cosmos has my back. You know, every problem I've ever had has been solved, every issue, anytime I needed anything, someone would appear in my life with it in their hand. When we were
Mm.
moving to Colorado, I had real estate agents pop out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, I'm going to help you find all these places." Not even anything for me to buy from them. They just looked for me. I
Really?
came over here and people were like, "Hey, I live in the town that you live in. Let me help you move." I had two or three people I've never even met before just help me move. When we were driving here, we made a Facebook post and we were like, "Hey, we're going to be in Kansas. Do any of y'all want to like let us stay at your house?" And these very nice people took us out to Applebee's, fancy. We chose Applebee's. I love Applebee's. They took us out for that, and then they got us a hotel room, and they didn't murder us. And we had a really great conversation. We were a little, yeah, I was, we were a little worried, but
Yeah.
everything that I've needed or that we've needed, has just been there. Like, I don't doubt whatever the cosmos has in store for me. Um, what was I telling you before I got into all of this? It was about moving here and the nature of it. Goodness gracious. Oh, I made that video about autism, and a counselor messaged me and said, "Hi, I'm Dr. Deirdre." I can say her name because I'm allowed to advertise for her, but she's a great woman. Anyway,
Excellent.
I'm Dr. Deirdre. I'd like to give you a free autism diagnosis. And I was like, "Okay, great.
Yeah.
This sounds perfect."
Yeah.
I asked a bunch of questions first just to make sure that I wasn't getting scammed, and I wasn't.
Mhm.
And I went over there and I got diagnosed with autism, ADHD, and some other stuff, like a little grab bag.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it was just like all these clouds that had been in the sky just kind of like moved out of the way. Like, all these things that never made sense did make sense.
Mhm.
And I don't know, everything is just working out. And I'm
Oh.
very blessed and I'm very thankful. And I just have so much gratitude for everyone in my life and everything in my life. And yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I have several people in my life that either are diagnosed on the spectrum are or think that they are and
Yeah.
don't even know if they should like seek out any sort of help because like what good is it going to do them?
I would definitely recommend at least like, and I'm not a doctor,
Of course.
so I'm a wizard. I'm going to give you some wizard advice. Um, I would recommend at least reading about it. Like,
Yeah.
if you think you're autistic, I'd say there's about a 700% chance that you are autistic because neurotypical people do not sit around and wonder, "Am I autistic?" They're
Right.
like, their
Right.
brain is working the way that it is intended to work. So they're like doing other stuff. They're
Yeah,
not worried
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. But I think you can take it's called like the RADS or something, and
Okay.
it was once an official diagnosis or is still, but it's a pretty accepted test, and you can kind of take it. It's free. It takes like 15 minutes, and it'll give you a score, and you'll know how much tism you have.
That's great. I mean,
Yeah,
I have a brain injury, so I already have a pretty different brain anyway.
yeah.
So
And it's cool to like know about it because
yeah,
then you get to read into all these things that are like common things of autism, and you're like,
right,
"Oh, I'm not like a crazy person.
for
Like,
sure.
other people think about things this way,
Yeah.
you know?" other people don't like to be touched and jump out of their skin when humans touch them sometimes. That was
Yes.
one of the questions she asked me, and it cracked me up.
Oh my gosh, that's 100% me.
Yeah. No, like I grew up in the South. Everybody hugs everybody.
Right.
Everybody puts their hands on you. It's
Right.
disgusting. And I grew up a hugger, and then I worked in fast food where everybody is just so terrible to you all the time.
Right,
I
right.
kind of had my spirit broken, and then I didn't want to hug anybody else. And I don't touch people without their permission, and people who touch me without their permission, they draw back nubs. Like,
Mhm.
whew, I will shrivel the fingers off your hand. Don't you worry about it. Because it's so easy to not touch people without their permission. Like it's free. Like
Yeah, yeah. That's easy enough, right?
it's easy enough. People just need to respect people. Now, I will take it sometimes from little old church ladies because, like, I'm not gonna yell at Miss Beverly. Like,
Fair
she's
enough.
fine. Like,
Fair
all
enough.
right, Beverly, you're okay, but
Uh-huh.
maybe please don't do this. And plus, she's 70, so I don't know if she's gonna listen to me. She might be kind of set in her ways at that point. But who knows? Maybe Miss
Maybe.
Beverly can change. We never know.
Well, we live in hope anyway. One of the things I was going to ask you was, what was the last time you felt joy? But it sounds like today was full of joy for you.
I experienced like so much joy.
Mhm.
I ain't even bragging about it. It's dope. I love it. And when I get like defeated by either my brain
Mhm.
or reality or whatever's happening, like I'll stay down for an amount of time, but almost every time, the cosmos will send something to me.
Mhm.
I can remember one day just being really down because of a lot of stuff that was happening with like the Pride event and these really hateful people.
Mhm.
And I was just so sad. And I went to the gas station and I got out, and the person at the next dealie, their whole car was sunflowers. And you know how I feel about sunflowers. I
Uh-huh.
love sunflowers.
Uh-huh.
I have some growing. And it was all sunflowers. And so obviously my eyes lit up. I was so excited. And I looked at them and they're like, oh my God, you're that person from the internet. And they were just as excited to see me as I was to see them. And we took a picture together. And I was like, yeah, not everybody in the world hates me. There's a lot of really cool people in the world. And
Mhm.
I get these little gifts all the
Mhm.
time, just these little reminders that,
Mhm.
like, it's not all bad. It can be bad, but like there's so much beauty, there's so much love, there's so much joy.
Mhm.
And so I experience joy a lot. I try to chase after it too. Yeah, I do things that make me happy and I don't do things that don't make me happy.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think if more people live by those rules, oh my God, the world would be so different.
For the Courage Checklist reading group this week, I wanted to share, in keeping with the spirit of things that Gilly talks about, things like doing stuff that makes you happy. I decided to go back to some of the original books that I can remember reading. So because of my brain injury, of course, I don't remember anything before I was 15. But after I started learning to read and went through all the littler kid stuff, even though I was 15, as I grew up in reading level, I started reading late elementary and middle school, high school level books. And one of my favorite authors was Gary Paulson. If you're familiar with Gary Paulson, he wrote an incredible survival story called Hatchet, which was a semi-true story. It was based on some of his experiences, not exactly his life. But he wrote his newest book. It's called Gone to the Woods, Surviving a Lost Childhood by Gary Paulson. And he writes about his early life and up into his late teens and early 20s. And he uses the same style as he does in his fiction. So it's really, really enthralling, incredibly interesting. He had some horrific things happen when he was a child, but they formed him. So I thought it was really fun to think about going back to those things, going back to those books that really made you feel good, the books and authors that were fun or thrilling as a kid. So that's why I picked a Gary Paulsen book. And unfortunately, Gary Paulsen is passed now, so this will be his last book. But I very much recommend it. It's called Gone to the Woods, Surviving a Lost Childhood. Sorry. And as always, feel free, email us or tag us on Instagram with your favorite books. I hope you enjoyed listening to Gilly and my conversation as much as I enjoyed having it. It like I say, it was just a thrill, and I feel like he's someone that everyone can benefit from. So I encourage you to go to any of his social media channels. They're all listed on the show's webpage, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. He's on Facebook, and he has a Patreon as well. So I encourage you to listen to him, give him a follow, support him wherever you can, because he's doing good work out there. And please listen next week, and we'll talk about more stuff with Gilly. And I get to become a wizard myself, live on air. So I hope you'll listen. I'll see you guys then. Have a great week.
Sometimes we have to start over. Sometimes we have to fight back. Sometimes it's all too much.